back to the channel, welcome back to this noisy underneath this bus. Today we're going to be looking at removing this bar here at the side of me. It is welded in place, but we're going to cut it out, especially the parts that have gone. Finishing removing these straps which are knackered, because we have to get new ones somehow, and go from there. I'll just turn this in, you see it's all knackered here. There's not much really holding that on, and I can physically, if I grab this one, it's only attached by that top corner there. So we're going to put some more angle iron in here. I'm probably going to just chop it here, because after this point back here, after this point it's good. I'm probably just going to chop it there, and we'll put a new piece in on there. It also gives us a chance to put the new mounts in. This side, however, a bit of work there will come out. How we're going to get the lock bit out, I don't know, because there's a floor here. But yes, it's going to be a bit of experimentation, this. So without further ado, let's finish getting these off. So let's get the straps out of the way. That strap out. So it will give us a chance as well, while we're doing all this, to put the mud flat back in, which is where you are. It'll give us a chance for that. So I think first of all, I'm going to just move this to there so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to cut this off here, and then that should free this off, because if you do that, it's only really held in there by that weld. It's been welded before, so let's give that a go. I missed everywhere where I wanted. Somewhere where I wanted. See, look, it's still got large chunks falling out from behind this as I'm doing that. There's nothing here to hold this in place. Kind of amazed it was holding on. For so long, really. I mean, this side we can get the pegs in and out, it's just this side we can't, because the things there, sort of regret cutting that side really. Yeah, this side is just, there's nothing left. If I get it all out in one, Sean's going to take it home, he'll be able to weld at home the bits on. We need like the tank strap, the tank mounts here. And what have you. It's just a case of actually freeing it from that section. Oh dear. I think the Jenny's about to run out of fuel, yeah. So that is now actually, I know it's gone dark, I apologise, now completely free. You can see there is now nothing holding that on. So let me duck my head the other side of this bar. I am sat on the trolley today because it's all wet and horrible. I will also be testing today the fuel sender. So we have a way of testing it now. Yeah, that'll do. You're on the fuel inlet pipe. So, as I said, that side's now free. I'm going to cut it here. We'll get a new cross member as well. Oh yeah, I'm going to try and just cut it straight down there in hope that this has enough charge in it to do it. So, that. That'll be fine, that's a nice straight cut. So now it's just a case of actually cutting it. I'm just going to check the blade for damage. I don't want that coming off, because where the guard's gone we don't know. Hope you're getting showed in sparks. Hot. We are getting there. It's going to be a bit of a pain though, I think. And all we'll do is we'll have this extended so it comes onto here. And we can actually use this to mount the new piece in. Run it from here, bolt it through, bolt it onto there. Doesn't have to be welded. I'm nearly there. But battery's dying on this quickly. Once the battery dies on this today, we're done. Pretty much. Unfortunately. But the keys are a magnificent job of tidying up under here. So now really, if I pull on this, it should start to move. Looking at that firmly in. Well, this bar's still here, so it will be. But we're getting there. Nearly flat on that, man. But we're nearly all the way through. So that's progress there anyway. So this bar's quite solid, which is the shame part about it. Yeah, that's now moving. That's obviously very moving. Yeah, it's a bit of a knacker that the battery's running flat in this. Well, we've still got 2 bars. Blade on that, but we're through. We are through. That's the best piece of attack for this. I mean, we can get another bar, that's not a problem. I need another blade and all that, but that is now 3. Probably a later date we'll have to cut it back down to here so that can, but for now we can get this out and make sure that everything behind it is good as well. But that is, you can see that's 3. It doesn't take that much to get that off. Yeah. I don't know why this has got a support strut here actually, because the other one hasn't. It's got the plates for one. I'm presuming at some point it fell off due to the corrosion. I'm checking this blade. We've got a bit more on that. Kicking like a motherfucker. Yeah, that blade's done. Give me 2 minutes while I find another blade. Alright, so we have a brand new blade to finish this operation. I don't think it's gonna need it. I don't think there's that much left of that bar. Don't need it. It's not too bad on there. That's the stress panel. So yeah, we can build a new bit in there. We'll replace this strut above you permanently. Probably put the other one back in. It's just a case of getting these out. And that is something we have no idea. Or we'll have to build onto these somehow, because they've got no threads on them. That'll be a bit harder than probably it needs to be. Either that, or we can use the actual chassis and build separate ones. ourselves. So that's that off. That's that done. So, yeah, right. Next, I suppose, we could test the fuel gauge. Now we actually have a leveler. Back in a minute. Ow. Ow. So I'm going to feed this with a signal that it's got fuel in it. Basically by putting it on that pipe. So that's saying it's got a full tank of fuel now. So let's go and have a look. Yeah, so that's reading now that it's got a full tank of fuel. Because the float is all the way up. Let's have a look. Bear in mind we can't turn the fuel pump on. Look at that. And I bet you if I leave you balanced on the steering wheel and I go move that float, read different amounts. Now that's interesting. Now I've moved it, it's gone out. I'll just try something else. Yes, now that is interesting. It stopped reading. I wonder if we've got some dirty contacts. For that, we have a spray. I've just got to find it. We do have a spray for contacts. Just got to find it. 2 moments. Woohoo! Right, problem sorted. Contact cleaner found. For those that are going to be wondering, we use this contact cleaner. So I've just soaked it and it's come good. So we now, when we put the new fuel tank back in, have a fuel gauge. Not have any air in the air system though. So that's good. And for some strange reason it stays on all the time. At least we know how much. Oh, there we go. There we go. So it's a bit of a sticky gauge, but it now shows we have fuel. Well, we don't, because well, the fuel tank is there and the replacement's up in town and district, but we have the means that now it can show fuel level. So I'm going to leave that attached under the bus for the simple reason of when we come back to refit the new tank, we know the connections. So that's good actually. We've actually done something today. And I'll be sure to get a photo for the group before we go, that is actually what we managed to do. So, last time you remember, this was all in bits, which is brilliant, and it needs a little bit of degreasing. We do have a little bit of degreaser, so I might try and put some on that now. But we're pretty much, I'm at the stage now where I need obviously the bits to replace the bits we've taken off. So yeah, put it in there. There you go. Sure the GoPro won't mind a bit of degreasing. I'd just like to mention, let's just do this little bit, that patronage, and that is everything that keeps this channel going and helps us. It's a great help. You help the project greatly when you decide to become a member and help out. So please, if you do have just even a spare £1 that you can help put in with the project and keep other people's dreams of this vehicle alive, etc., then please do just pop it in. Even if you just pop it in via our PayPal link, you know, it all helps, and it all helps the cause. If you can, like I say, become a member on Patreon and join that. Other things that have changed that you might not be aware of, they will have changed by the time this video comes out, is our newsletter. We have cancelled it. But good news, I say we cancelled it, 1 minute. Newsletter, we've cancelled it, but we've replaced it with, what we're going to be doing is doing a post out on via email, which is run by Email Octopus, and then that will have the required links to the posts on the website, where we are actually able to put a lot more detail in the posts. We have already drafted one out for next month's, just waiting for our finalisation on it, and to do little bits like put the images in and what have you. But it has been done, so it's not something that we're going, yeah, we're going to do it, but we've just not had the time, like the newsletter, like the podcast. You know, it is something that we have done and are in the process of doing. You can find links to the new newsletter sign up if you go to the website under newsletter. You find them there at the moment, and if it's changed by this video, I'll put something on the website mancbuses.com where it's easy to find, or you can just keep checking our social media on Facebook, and plenty of posts will be on there about it. The other thing in this engine bay that I would love to know where it goes is this. This is the oil sensor, and this wire comes to here, but doesn't really show where it goes. Now it's clear it's snapped off at some point, you know, because that's not being cut. So in this engine bay somewhere there is another bit of wire that belongs to this bit of wire, which should tell us where everything goes. Looking, I missed the cable. I've got one. Oh no, it's down there. But where this cable goes, I don't know. Really don't know. because there's no electrics this side of the engine bay. They all run on this side of the engine bay over here. Yeah, they all run on this side. And there's no obvious wires drop down from there. So unless that wire came down over the back of the engine, I really don't know. Because it reaches to about the back of the engine. And that's sort of, we've not bent that, that's sort of the way it's bent. And the way we found it. It was a bit more dropped down. So maybe when the fuel tank's out, we'll be able to find it on this side of the engine. And run the new bit in to put the warning light back in. I'm sure that's the oil warner. I'd have to get schematics of the engine and actually have a look, but I'm sure that is the oil one. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of pipe work in here that needs replacing at some point. Quite a lot. Then floorboards that need doing. This floor that I'm knelt on, which is the one here. Under here needs doing. I don't know what that is. Very important pipe. But yeah, there's no light now, so because the generators ran out. So I think that will be it for today. Like I say, there's nothing more I can do now really. Till we've got the other bits that we need. It's just a bit of a waiting game at the moment, while we get all the bits we need together. We've purchased from Town and District destination blinds. So unfortunately for you dot matrix lovers, we will be replacing the dot matrix ones with the LEDs, but we will be keeping the LED ones, the flip dots in storage, and that radiator needs a clean. Look at that, that's off the radiator. Yeah, we will be keeping them in storage, so they won't be gone. And we've obviously got the fuel tank for here. We've got hopefully someone to rebuild the fuel pump with just a new housing on it, so that should save us quite a bit of money. And then it's the person that said is going to help us also put all this back in so it works. The only other thing we need to do is get the heads for the injectors and the copper washers, because yes, they are being done. Yeah, they are being done. It's something I could get off today, is the return line. But all the spanners have been put down there and I can't be bothered to go get them. But obviously that's something that's in the future anyway. Don't know how far, obviously, but we've got several of these that leak, so the housings need doing. The actual injector part of it's fine, but obviously the copper washer at the bottom must be leaking. And we'll get it all cleaned up and then try again. But the difference is this time what we're going to be doing is one at a time. Just do one out, new head, one in, one out, new head, one in, and go along the board like that. And obviously the system has to be bled out of air anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We've lost any sort of fuel that we had in the system anyway, because it's all on the floor or in the barrels at the front. So yeah, when it's done, the engine will be good again. So that's the main aim anyway, good engine. And the engine is good, it's just the fuel pump let it down, which apparently on these darts is quite common for the pumps to let them down. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, thank you for taking your time to watch our video. As always, do like, comment and subscribe if you've got anything to say. We are always open to the feedback and want to hear from you. And please do check out Mancbuses.com, our Patreon site, which links, all these links are below, and look at becoming a member and helping support these projects. This one at the moment, but hopefully sometime in the future we'll be able to get another vehicle that we can do on work on as well. Hopefully it'll be just as iconic as this one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you out on the road when it's fit.
You can now find us on Facebook, YouTube, Patreon, Twitter and Instagram. Hashtag Mancbuses. Find us at mancbuses.com. Mancbuses, we're sorting strap.